On today's video, the Syracuse Lucky Wheel has changed. The brand new flagship is here, the Poseidon, but the mechanics of wheels have changed. The way you spin has changed, and it's a little bit, very much more pay to win. I'll explain that and much more in this video, so sit back. Don't forget to slap a like on the video, and let's go. Hey there, YouTube, Galactic Gecko back at you from space, and here's the deal. The Syracuse Wheel of Fortune has changed. We have been enjoying this very much, spinning for a lot of resources and blueprints and whatnot for Corium, but in this latest version of the wheel, things have changed a little bit. Now you are going to need these items, the Syracuse Energy Essence, which you're going to need to spin the wheel. The problem remains one. Now, you don't get these essences by spending Corium, but rather by buying bundles. So if you click on the event and you click on the plus, you see I currently bought all the bundles available for today to spin the wheel. You also have 3 remaining energy exchanges that you can do for Corium at 800 a pop every single day. Every single day of the event, all of this is going to reset and you're going to be able to get more of these items. Now, the total of 83 can be achieved from the dailies and spin up to 160, which drops it down by 20. And you're getting a decent amount of blueprint fragments. I'm seeing less at the bottom end, although we're not hitting 180. But at the same time, at 100, 130, we're seeing a little bit more of them. So it's interesting that they've changed the mechanics. However, I'm not too happy with this. If you were someone who was spending money on this game, you probably had a decent amount of Corium as is. But now, you're going to have to spend money to get these items. Granted, you also get Corium, so you're essentially, as a pay-to-win person, this is better for you. You're going to buy bundles, which are going to give you VIP. They're going to give you these awesome resource chests, the gold ones, and the Corium corresponding to that level of purchase that you got. And on top of that, the spins. So instead of spending Corium, you're now gaining Corium while spinning as well. So if you're a pay-to-win player, this could be good for you. This could be better for you. You're just gaining more of the Corium while also spinning for new blueprints. But I don't know. It's a little bit on the pay-to-win side. And the one thing about this game was that it was a fairly decently well-balanced for pay-to-win and free-to-play players. More free-to-play than anything else. And nowadays, 2 very big blueprints have already become pay-to-win. So it's interesting to see the direction this game is taking. And the level 1 pack will get you it will cost you $5, and it'll give you 5 spins. The level 10, the level 2, I bought them in a different order, will give you 10 for $10, 15 for $15, 20 for $20, 30 for $30. That's pretty much it. And on top of that, you're going to get the corresponding number of gold resource chests and some VIP tokens, which I guess is nice. But that's about it. No Alliance gifts, which kind of blows. Sucks for the Alliance members. I think that you definitely should add Alliance gifts in here at Camel Games. If we're spending... I was buying Corium to spin the wheel and in the process giving my Alliance chests. And now I'm buying this, getting Corium, and not giving the Alliance chests. I'm not a big fan. Unfortunately, I would prefer the way it was previously. And so we have 83 spins to go. It doesn't look like the wheel has changed in any shape or form whatsoever. And so we have titanium, 1 million, deuterium, nickel, for 200k. Then we have plasma. We have the speed ups, which we don't really care for too much. In here, however, there is no more 20 tile for the blueprints. You have a 3, a 5, and a 10, which is interesting. Back in the day, we picked up a ton of 4s and a few 20s. Now we'll see how the ratios look like. We still have the gold chest. We still have the 2k XP, and we have the 480 crew XP. And so let's start spinning and see what we get. Let's start with a free spin, because why not? And maybe our luck hits. We get a 3 to start it off, 3 Poseidon fragments. And from here, we're going to spin 5 all the way until we hit. By the way, another thing to notice is that we also used to have a 50% discount on the second spin, which now a day you don't. You get a freebie one, and that's it. So a little bit of a increase on the pay to win side, unfortunately, and that does need to be called out, because at the end of the day, it's an important balance that needs to be maintained. 10 blueprints out of 5 spins is not bad at all. And add to that the 2K high energy core, deuterium, and nickel, which I'll always take. Here we go. 5 more spins, and we are already at the 10 spin mark. Titanium is always nice for us, and you'll see me looking down a little bit as I'm writing down what we hit, so I can give you guys a proper calculation of exactly what kind of hits we had. And of course, you can't really take this as a baseline as to exact drop rates and hits and whatnot, because there's too little spins. 83 spins is way too little to give you an indication of drop rates. But for the record, we have hit that 5 already 5 times, which is very, very nice. Make it 6. Oh boy, they definitely seem to have made the 4 into a 5 and an occasional 3 just to kind of make you feel happy about yourself. Our first plasma hit 15 fragments. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Here we go. We're hitting the 5 big time. It looks like the 5 is definitely the new 4. Even with what I previously said, that this is not a determination, because it's very little spins. We just hit that 3 as well as a consolation prize. We've yet to hit the 10, but again, if we end up hitting the 5s as much as we hit the 4s in the previous wheels, I'm definitely fine with it. That's one more blueprint fragment every time. So we'll have to keep up with it. And look at how it just squeezed out our 9th 5. Make it 10. Good Lord, 50 blueprints just like that. Add to that a little bit of plasma love. And here we go. We continue going. Some speed ups. We started with speed ups. We ended with speed ups. 53 more spins. A long way to go. And we are hitting the 5 like we were hitting the 4 or in the previous wheel at a very consistent rate, which I'm enjoying very much. The more blueprints, the better. However, again, it does not overshadow the fact that to get to this point, you're going to have to spend money. You're going to have to spend money. You cannot have corium saved up. You can't do any of that. You're going to have to spend. Of course, you can get your 3 corium spins daily for a whopping 800 Chris corium a pop. But I don't know. I'm still... This part is once you've gone past the fact that you had to spend money to get here. And once we got there, the question is whether it was worth it. 80 bucks total spent daily on potentially the wheel is not something that I would necessarily be looking forward to. On the other hand, the good part of it is that you can't get stuck without corium. You can always be ready for a wheel. The wheel is coming in and welcoming you with its packs. And so it has its ups and downs. If you're a pay-to-win player, this is just another avenue to spend on and to save your corium for other things. I can tell you that I've talked to a couple of spenders in this game and people that have spent a good amount on this game too, and they weren't necessarily upset about it. They understood. They're okay with per se with the packs being part of the wheel. However, what they don't like is the fact that there was no heads up about this, and that there was also, and that you can't really predict this too much. Is this going to be a thing from here on out or not? Because some folks who do spend but don't spend necessarily crazy amounts did not necessarily have those 160 bucks in their budget to spin this, and others didn't necessarily feel like spending the 160 bucks on these particular rewards. They previously were buying things that were more of their need and using the extra corium out of that to spin the wheel. So I've gotten a little bit of mixed review out of some folks. Personally, again, as I mentioned it, one of the things that pulled me really into Infinite Galaxy was the fact that it was relatively more free-to-play friendly. I can tell you that we have a couple of people in our alliance that are free-to-play players who are at the top 10, 15 in terms of power, in terms of anything. Now, granted, those boys are running 4 or 5 farms and gaining boatloads of resources. So even the guys who are getting a little bit of choked up resources-wise or not spending that much in order to get those resources are getting slowed down. while the folks who have those 4 or 5 farms playing free to play are pushing up and pushing up nicely. And so we are about 18 spins away, 71 gone, 66 gone. We're making it to 71. Our numbers are looking decent. We're going to have to do the calculations at the very end. Our first gold chest of this wheel, curiously enough. We've hit this nickel about 9 times already. That 5 has hit 22 times, so over 100 blueprints on there. And we keep spinning. We got 13 more to go. I wonder if the spin 3 times will become spin 5 times, or am I going to have to spin 1 every time? If it's going to be 1 every time, I get it, but it's a little annoying. If you're going to add the option to get 3, an uneven number, then you would think that at least there would be like, it would fix itself out, right? 10, make it 11 nickel for 22.2 mil nickel. I'll take the nickels. Okay. Well, we hit the daily, we're about to hit the daily limit. You have an 80 daily limit, which is kind of weird considering you could get 84 total wheel spins. So I guess we're going to go with a 1 by 1. And I didn't see what we hit that last one. So we're going to write down the 5. We have not hit the 10 one single time, but we did hit the 5 23 times. And there's our final spin of the day with a limit of 80. Ooh, that 2K hit 5 times. And so let's go see if we can create the Poseidon, build the Poseidon, which we should be able to build, and then go from there. So we picked up 124 total blueprints just from spinning, and let's open our chests as well. Not the most amazing wheel I have had, I can tell you that much. I believe we're going to hit one more level, and it would be the 70, and then the next one is 100, which I'm not sure we're going to get to. We're going to have to see whether it is worth for us to invest our money into potentially a couple of other spins. I'll tell you this, I would need to buy $15 worth of spins, 1 freebie and then the 4 plus the 15. So the 15 seems reasonable to me to hit 100. It's 55 blueprints plus everything else for $100. So I can see myself doing that in about 20 minutes or so. But just to recap this wheel very quickly, we landed a whopping, I'm probably not going to do this in a video. We're going to spin the extra 15 times and maybe I'll post it on the channel as a community post, what we got out of that. But out of 80 spins on today's madness, we picked up 5 titanium, 5 million titanium, 10 million deuterium, 2.2 million nickel, 100K, right? It's 100K, 600,000 plasma. We picked up the 3 blueprints about 3 times. 22 times we hit the 5, 0 hits on the 10, which kind of sucks. 1 gold chest, blueprint, outfitting a blueprint chest to make our life a little bit nicer. We hit 5 times the 2K. We have 2 items of 1,000, 10,000 flagship XP. And finally, we hit this bad boy the 1 time. Not the biggest fan at all of this. What do you guys think? Leave me a comment down below and let me know. I'm Gecko. I'm out of here. Person who dropped a like on this video, subscribe down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care and have a good one. Peace.